Victor Lancaster, 82, the Boston real estate magnate, died suddenly after a fall down the grand staircase of the family estate. Official report: an accident. His heirs weren't so sure, especially since Victor had quietly revised his will just 1 week before his death. The entire Lancaster clan gathered in the mansion's library as Victor's lawyer, Margaret Klein, prepared to read the will. Tension crackled through the room. Charles, 58, Victor's eldest son, currently running the family firm but under investigation for financial irregularities. Vivian, 55, the second child, long estranged after suing her father over company shares. Elliot, 32, Victor's golden boy grandson, a tech wunderkind who's been living abroad for years. Julia, 27, the youngest granddaughter, an art school graduate dismissed by everyone as a dreamer. Margaret pressed play on a hidden video recording made the day before Victor's accident. On screen, Victor sat in his leather chair, voice calm but firm. "I know you'll tear each other apart to claim my estate. That's why I hid the real will somewhere. Only someone who truly understands me can find. Find Ite and the entire fortune is yours." Thus began the ultimate scavenger hunt. Over the next 72 hours, each Lancaster turned detective. Charles knowing every code to the built-in Cephescord Victor's private study. Vivian dug through old ledgers and her mother's journals. Elliot deployed a drone to inspect the roof and chimed in with digital forensics. Julia simply watched, quietly noting their every move. On day 4, Elliot discovered a hidden compartment behind a weathered landscape painting. Inside lay a leather-bound journal. Anticipation crackled as he flipped it open only to find a single photograph. Victor by the koi pond, arm around young Julia. On its back, scrawled in Victor's handwriting, "The one who asks nothing of me is the one I trust most." Silence fell. All attention snapped to Julia. Margaret confirmed it aloud. This was Victor's signature clue. The rightful heir was not the ambitious Charles, nor the embittered Vivian, nor the tech-savvy Elliot, but the unassuming Julia. First twist: Julia, dismissed by the family as frivolous and unworthy, had been secretly sponsored by Victor all those years: tuition, rent, even gallery fees. He'd been her silent patron. But the surprises weren't over. Margaret reached behind her desk and produced a second video. Victor's voice chimed in again. "If anyone other than Julia opened the first tape, I urge the authorities to review the security footage on the second-floor landing. Something was amiss before my fall." That night, police retrieved the security tapes. They revealed Charles deliberately loosened the handrail merely hours before Victor's fatal plunge. By morning, Charles was gone escape to who knows where. Elliot quietly handed the tape to investigating officers, his eyes sad but resolute. In the end, the entire Lancaster fortune, over $90 million, passed to Julia Lancaster, the child they all underestimated. Julia returned to Victor's old study alone. She slipped aside the portrait, lifted the hidden latch, and removed an oil-on-canvas sketch of her and her grandfather at the grand piano. Tears glistened as she traced her small hand in his larger one. She wasn't crying for money, but for the one person who had believed in her without condition. And somewhere, far from the mansion's marble halls, Charles learned that betrayal carries a price. Even blood is no guarantee of inheritance.